Hello champions, how are you all? I hope you are preparing very well for your board examination. So I have brought something very interesting for you all. Here I am going to introduce you database management system in a very interesting way. Now let's start further discussion without wasting any time. Now in this video I will be going through some of the important terms before learning this chapter more deeply. Okay, so what do we mean by data? Everywhere we get this definition, that is the raw form of any information is called as data. Now let us understand this data in an interesting way. Suppose you are a rich kid and you are going to buy an IPL team. Before buying an IPL team, you need some data. Yes or no? You need some data, you need the complete understanding behind how this sector works. Okay, so I have considered that scenario that my student is going to buy IPL team in his or her further life. Okay, now let us. So as per the definition, if we go, raw form of any information is said to be as data. Now when we buy an IPL team, see how well this things are mentioned over here. So what will you do if I will be giving you the task to buy an IPL team? What will you do? First, you will be very much worried, right? Okay. Besides being worried, what will you do? You will think which all players need to be taken and a team will be formed. Okay. For creating a team of the IPL, what you gonna do? You will be asking your staffs or you yourself will be collecting data of the players which are under bid to take them into your team. So what you will be doing? You will be simply taking a spreadsheet and you will start collecting data. What will you collect? You will be considering one player, or you will be taking number of players and you will start taking the data like the runs scored by that particular player, like if he or she is a bowler, the number of wickets taken by that particular player, and the strike rates of that particular player, and the salaries that is usually been given to that particular player, and the team where he has worked has how many times it has won and it has lost. Now the stadium performance and the merchandise sales and contract and the sponsor, what all sponsors can be brought to that particular team, these all datas. First you will just take a box like we usually do in our notebook as well, but nowadays we do in the spreadsheet. Now what you gonna do? You will be simply taking a table, and inside that particular table you will be framing it like player and everything that I have mentioned. These are just examples and you can alter yours. Runs scored, wicket taken, etc. And what will you do? Here you will be writing the player's name. Okay, suppose I am writing Virat Kohli. Then I will be writing the number of runs scored. I will be writing the number of wickets taken. If not wickets taken, then I can involve another thing. Wickets taken can also be considered. I can write strike rate. Okay, and here first I will be writing the datas of all the players that I have thought of taking to my team. So what will I do? Now I am collecting only the raw information. See, now I am not doing anything, I am only collecting everything. So whenever you are going to collect something of a particular scenario, like here I have considered an IPL team, that means you are doing nothing but you are collecting data. Okay, understood it perfectly? So this data, these are under the raw form. Why do we call it as raw form? We will be discussing further. See, now what happened? Now what is information? Now there is an advanced term, like in the definition itself you can observe I have written raw form of any information. Now let us learn what is information then. So what happened? Whenever the data, whatever you have collected, now you have kept in an organized form, you have kept in a structured form. Now you are able to interpret, you can process the data, you can explain the data in a meaningful way. That means whenever somebody will be asking you what is information, you can say when these raw data that are collected are kept in a meaningful manner. are observed in a meaningful context, in taking further decisions, we will be considering that raw data now as information. Now let us understand how this data are turned into meaningful information. Now this is just the minor definition. Okay, this is just the minor definition. Now let us understand from this particular lines how these raw data are converted to information. So what will be done after understanding the player's salary? They will be creating a report where they will be summarizing, where they will be keeping the average salary that need to be given to the player, and they also need to have a profitability. Why will you buy an IPL team if you are not profitable? So this is the first thing you need to do. Second thing is you will be analyzing the performance of the player in the stadium or in the playground. Okay, and you will be identifying, okay, this is an underrated player, so I can take that particular player and I can just ask them and just ask the particular player in the ground to play in a better way, or you will be giving chance. This is only the first duty of any of the buyers of an IPL team. First, they give chance to the underrated player. So what will you do? You will analyze. See, these all terms. Just observe these all terms, whatever I'm using now. Now, what will you do? You will create a graph where you will observe that which all players shall be taken to the team, so that these all stadiums which are allotted for this season's IPL team, they will be performing in a better way. Then predictions. Yes, we do have predictions. Without prediction, you cannot be a good IPL owner. So what will you doing? You will be predicting that yes, these all data after collecting, I will be putting them into such a frame that they will be giving me a larger revenue, like fan engagement. You can just observe this line: predictions of future revenue based on projected team performance and the fan engagement. Yes, we do need fan engagement to make your team popular. Like you can observe the team RBC. Due to the presence of Virat Kohli, even though in the worst case scenarios situation, or in the best case scenarios playing situation, both the fans are engaged in highlighting to that particular team. Okay, so you can consider that as well, because that will also benefit you and will help to bring more sponsors to your team. Then you will be considering the summary of both the strength and the weakness of your team widely into the statistics and etc and etc. Let us only keep this in your mind, because if we will go further, we will indulge into this for a longer time. We need to go deeper. This is not a small thing, whatever I'm talking about. Just for understanding purpose, I have brought this to you so that you will understand how these data are now turned into information. Now, based on the risk and reward, you will be start taking the risk and start putting money on buying that particular team. Okay, now you might have understood, after collecting the data, how the owner how an individual, before buying an IPL team, has converted the data into a meaningful manner, so that it was easy to observe, easy to access, easy to explain, and easy to organize. Now you might have got the clear overview how data are converted into information. Now let us understand another term, that is database. Okay, this is also an important term which usually you will be getting in your board examination. Now let us understand through the definition. First we will be covering the definition, then we will be going deeper. What does it say? Whenever after collecting the data, whenever you keep them in a structured manner, in an organized manner, so that it can be easily deleted, accessed, modified, etc. Nowadays, what happened? This all data are kept in an electronic form. Yes, electronic form in the systems, in the database. Like you can say, on there are various web service companies where the data are stored. There are various cloud companies where the data are stored securely, etc. and etc. Now, what's the finest way to understand database? You will be saying, whenever these data are collected, and the structured data are stored in an organized manner, so that it can be easily modified, retrieved, and it can be easily deleted. You can consider that to be as database. Now, these systems which are engaged in doing this all operations are said to be a database management system. That means whenever somebody will be asking you what is database management system, you will say the management systems which work on database. How do it work on database? I have already explained you: organizing, deleting, retrieving, deleting the duplicate information, and providing security, etc. and etc. Now let us understand what is database management system in a finest way. Okay, so as I have told, database management system are nothing but the applications which interacts with end users, applications. Yes, whenever some datas are stored in form of the database, there are various softwares to access them. We cannot go just access any of the data that is present in database. There is a special way. You will be asking, so why do we need to have a special way to access our own data? Because if you follow an organized manner, those data will be kept formally, so that anytime you won't be confused in accessing any part of the data. So here it says database management system are nothing but the application which help us to interact with the end users and the database itself to capture and analyze data. See this here, it says the definition of the database management system. Database management system helps us in what? Help us in interacting, help us in storing the data in such a way so that it will be easily able, it will be easy for an end user to access and operate with it. So database management system can be any software. Okay, see the definition that is mentioned over here. Let us read the definition. Here it says the database management software additionally encompasses the core functions of database. Yes, after storing the database, we need to involve some of the functions, right? Without performing anything onto the database, why we need to store database? So if you are going to buy an IPL team, what will you be doing? You will be storing this data. And when these data are stored in a structured manner, you will be considering the database, and you will be using many electronic devices for accessing data. Like you want the current scenario of Virat Kohli. How do he perform in this IPL matches? So you need not to go and start searching as we are searching our books and notebooks in ourselves, but you will directly using some of the electronic software for accessing all the information of the player Virat Kohli. Okay, then let us understand. So here it says it is nothing but a software which encompasses, okay, which explains, which give us a detailed information about the core functions of the database, providing the mechanism of storage. Yes, data need to be stored in a perfect manner, in an organized manner, and are kept in a clear, maintained manner. Okay. Now it acts as an intermediary between the database and the user. Yes, as I told that there will be database. You are the user. In between, you will be having like there is a TV in your home and you are just sitting and there is a remote to control all this. See, by the help of remote, we were able to access all the channels in an organized manner, right? Similarly, here will be your database management system. You will be having all the meaningful information in your database. You will be using that electronic software and you will be accessing all the information. See how this database management system has made our life easier. Okay, now how a database management system is used in the IPL team buying scenario. Okay, let us consider this scenario. In the scenario of buying an IPL team, your software, the database management software, will help to manage the database containing all the IPL related information. See, every information will be stored in my database, and by this database management system we will be managing them. See, here it has given some examples like player statistics, like match data, like financials, like the average players performance in a particular feed. These all things will be kept in a structured manner. You will be using database management system. Just with point of some click, you will be able to access. That is like Kundli. If your database is the Kundli, you are that particular person who are just putting mantras and finding out your bot players details. Okay, you won't be directly entering with the raw data as I have told. Instead, you will be using the database management system to access the data. Okay, as I have told. Now after taking these all things, after you are having the raw data, after you will be taking after you will be changing that raw data to information, after storing all the data in database, after having the magic software, that is that is any software of database management system to access the data, you are now ready to go and sit under the auction in bidding for the players. Okay, I hope this video was interesting, and it will be memorable for you at least till the end of your examination. Okay, no, I'm just joking. I feel you have understood database and database management system more deeply in an interesting way in this particular video. If you're first time watching this particular video, make sure to like this particular video, subscribe to this channel, and press the bell icon for further videos like this. Thank you so much, and prepare well for your board examination. Thank you so much.